Katie, come and start things off with me here. Now, as you're the first person up, very quickly, we don't know each other. We haven't set anything up. No, I will be choosing you with the frisbees tonight, so I hope it's kind of obvious that I don't use plants or stooges. I hope that's kind of obvious. Although I would say Chris probably uses plants. I would... Yeah, fairly extensively. So, hand on my shoulder there, please, and I want you to face the front, and I'm going to be asking you questions about the person you're thinking of. You're just going to give yes or no answers, okay? So nothing out loud, just yes or no. Maybe a little firmer with your hand there. That's lovely. Do you know which one of these you're supposed to be thinking of?
Yeah.
That was out loud, just in your head. I do appreciate the help. It just takes the challenge out of it somewhat, so just answer silently. Do you know which one you're thinking of? Good, yes, thank you. Is the person you're thinking of a man? Is the person you're thinking of... yes, thank you. Keep that hand still. Good, thank you. We have yes. Would you say they had light-coloured hair? Do they have light-coloured hair? You're unsure. Okay. I think that's not it. It's certainly not a yes. Oh, no, it's Rich, isn't it? With very little hair, yes? Rich, thank you very much indeed. I'll let you have that lot. Thank you, Katie. It was Rich. Now let's continue with two of you now, you get the idea. So let's go two of you up here. So Barney, if you can come on this side, and Jade, if you can come over this side for me. Exactly the same idea this time with two of you. Hand on my shoulder there, Barney. Hand on my shoulder there, Jade. Good, 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 good. Do you know which one of these you're supposed to be thinking of, Barney? Good. You know which one of these you're supposed to be thinking of? Don't nod your head. Don't nod your head. You know which one you're supposed to be thinking of? You understand the game? I'm going to call you number one, Barney, you number two, Jade. So number one, number two, please. Only answer if I'm talking to you. Number one, is the person you're thinking of a man? Number one, is the person you're thinking of a... No, good. Number two, same question. Is the person you're thinking of, number two, is it a man? Okay. Number one, would you say they had light-coloured hair? Number one, do they have light-coloured hair? Yes, thank you. Good. Number two, do they wear glasses? Number two, do they wear... No, I know who yours is. Let go for me, thank you. Keep your hand firmly planted there, Barney. Do they look vegetarian? Be honest. Do they look vegetarian? Do they look like they have bad breath? She looks sexually quite aggressive. So Catherine? Yes. And Martin has to be. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jade and Barney. Thank you, sir. We have Martin and Catherine. Thank you both. Good. Now, Steve, we're going to do this last one a little bit differently, so just give me a yes out loud if you know which one you're supposed to be thinking of. Yes. Good, thank you. Now, come and stand just here for me, like this. Turn and face me. Exactly the same idea. Just think simply the word yes or no. No contact, though, between us this time. No contact between us. Okay, can you see me right without your glasses on? Close your eyes. I want you to picture the face of this person as clearly as you can remember it. And I want you to say the name to yourself as well. Remember, say nothing out loud. Just simply think of the face, think of the name. You'll be thinking yes or no to these questions. First question, is the person you're thinking of a man? Is the person male? Good. Now, you may not be able to see too well from where you are, but there is a flickering just started in the eyelids. Just here. A little tension in the corner of the mouth. And down here in the fingers, the same thing. Little tension in the fingers. That is somebody trying to hold something in. And the only reason why you hold something in is when it's a yes. If it's a no, you tend to feel that you're off the hook. So that tells me, yes, it's a man. And the smirk confirmed it for me, so now I know it's a man. Can I ask the men to stand up, please, at their seats? Just stand up. If you're one of these faces involved in the game, just stand up for me wherever you're sat, please. Now I'm going to move my hand across like this. As I sweep across, can you please call out your name, starting at this side? Here we go. Shout your name.
Eric. Malcolm. Chris. Max. Brian.
Okay, Steve, imagine yourself walking up to this person and saying hello. They say hello as well. He takes off his glasses. Thank you. Sam, sit down for me. Tim and Michael and Max, you can sit down for me too. Bernard. Is it Bernard? You can sit down as well for me. Thank you. Next question. If you had to, would you beat this person in a fight? Would you beat him in a fight? Yes, Stewie, you can sit down for me. Eric and Mark, you can sit down as well. And I think Brian, you can sit down for me too. Now picture this person stood on the stage in front of you. A couple of feet in front of you, facing you, but naked. Karim, sit down for me. Malcolm, you can sit down. That should just leave one of you. Should just leave one of you standing. You can open your eyes, Steve. You're fantastic. Thank you. There are your glasses. Steve, I'm going to ask you in a moment to write down the name of the person you were thinking of. Great big letters, please. The name of the person. Don't let them see just yet. I'll ask you in a moment to call out your name, sir. When you do, if you could do it loud as you can. Thank you, sir. Okay. A short name. One person left. Your name, sir, is... Chris, turn it around, who are you thinking of? Chris, it was! Thank you, Chris. Thank you very much indeed. And thank you too, Steve. You're fantastic. Thank you very much indeed. Steve, everybody! Okay, Greg, I'm coming back to you. Let's do this third and final favourite thing. Open it up for me, Greg. Exactly the same. Try and get this in 3 words, 3 random words. First random word, go.
Shirt.
Shirt. Twisted. Shirt. Next, don't even look at me now when you're saying them, Greg. I'm starting to get a bit sick in the back of my mouth. Next random word, please.
Lobster.
Lobster. Oh, you're getting the hang of this. You're getting the hang of this, which is great. They're good words. Give me another one.
Bomb.
Bomb. Shirt, lobster, bomb. Lobster. Shirt, lobster, bomb. I'll come back to it. I may need another word. I'll come back to it. This is interesting. This is kind of mysterious, if you like. Something covered in a cloth. One of the reasons why I call this show Enigma, not the main reason, I will get to that later on, but one of the reasons is that I love the idea of mysteries, of enigmas, and even though I'm skeptical about mediums and the afterlife and so on, I love the mystery of it. Now, I want to try something with one of you, a lady who has lost a grandparent that she was close to when she was young. So if you don't mind putting your hand up, if you have lost a grandparent, you don't mind coming up on stage, thank you. Keep your hands up for me. I'm going to throw a frisbee up there. Can we get it to one of the ladies whose hands are up? Catch. Okay, keep your hands up till one of you ends up with it. Do we have a lady there? Thank you. Would you stand up for me, madam? Can I ask your name?
Emma.
Emma, lovely to meet you. And is it your grandmother or grandfather you were thinking of?
My grandmother.
Your grandmother. And what was her name?
Doris.
Doris?
Yes.
Thank you. Have a seat for me, Emma. I may ask you up on stage in just a moment. Thank you. Have a seat for me for the moment. So I'm going to tell you a true story that happened 2.5 years after my grandfather died. And we were very close. As you were close to Doris, I was very close to my grandfather. He was a big fan of magic. Didn't perform, but he was very good at firing my imagination as a kid and playing tricks on me. And he used to have, in the guest room of his house, he had a box that was up on a shelf, very beautiful box, dark wood with brass trimmings and a big padlock on the front. And I would always ask him what he kept inside this box. And whenever I'd ask him, he would always do this thing where he'd change. He'd go from being this lovely, warm, very open man to suddenly he'd become very cold, very serious. His face would change, and he would look at me, and he would say, Derren, you never, ever look inside that box. Which, of course, made it so much worse. And when I was growing up, more than anything, I just wanted to know what my grandfather kept inside that box. Actually, Emma, I think we'll ask you to come down if that's all right. Round of applause for Emma. Thank you, Emma. Thank you. We have Emma, ladies and gentlemen. Up you come, Emma. Have you meet you? Have a seat for me. Come and have a seat. Thank you. Lovely to meet you. Thank you very much for coming up. So Emma, look, if you don't mind me asking you, what was Doris like? How do you remember her as a woman? What was she like?
She was very feisty, great fun, bossy. I adored her.
She sounds absolutely brilliant. She sounds like a proper grandma. She
Yeah.
sounds amazing. Is your grandfather still around? Or
No.
Did you have to do the thing when they were both gone of going to their empty house and maybe with your own family to take any belongings and bits and pieces you wanted to keep?
Yes.
Yeah. Some of you may have had to do this. It's a horrible thing to have to do. The only thing I wanted was the box. And Emma, this is it. This is my grandfather's box. It was up on a shelf and I reached up and I pulled this box towards me. And as I pulled this towards me, behind it,